Yo, what's up, Diamond family? It's your man VV, and welcome back to the VVS Academy. As you guys know, I'm here every week dropping off gems, teaching you to record and mix your music better. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Look, man, got a really crazy video for you guys today. I'm going to be showing you guys how to mix Bryson Tiller trap soul vocals, all right? You guys want more of that R&B sound, more of that trap soul vibe? I got you right now. I'm not even going to overtalk it. We're going to jump right into it. Look, man, if you don't have a template for recording in Logic or recording in Pro Tools, check out my free templates down below. They're going to completely change the game for you, and they're completely free. So check those out, and let's jump into the track. I'm just going to play everything back raw or dry as it is, and then we'll start to, mix the vocal up.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah, I don't know, if it's love.
Cool. So as you can hear, the vocal already sounds good. There's a decent balance on the song already. I think we can balance it a little bit better. We'll talk about that a little bit more later in the video. Let's go ahead and grab some effects and get this vocal to start sitting well.
Looking to the sky.
We'll grab a VMR, and there's already a de-esser on there, so let's go with the modern 1176 this time, and let's see what we can dial in with this compressor.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah.
Listen to switching up. That's where you can kind of hear the vocal dip down a little bit, and we're trying to keep that consistent. We don't want to hear that dip down, so that's really my goal with this compressor right now.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah.
So let's hear the before and after.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant.
It almost sounds like he turned his head away from the mic a little bit when he said that bar, so let's see if the compressor fixed it.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain.
And see, that's the beauty of compression. When a vocal is inconsistent or every bar doesn't hit clearly for you to hear every word, compression is going to fix that for you if you dial it in just right. I think I want to get a tiny bit more attack and maybe a little bit less compression, and then I'm going to play with the two circuits and see what we get.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah. Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really like that second circuit. It kind of pushed the mid-range in his vocal forward a little bit while somehow also taming the low end a little bit. So I think that's money. Let's grab an EQ. I like to EQ after I compress because I feel like compression brings out some of the frequencies that are bothering me a little bit, and I can hear them a little bit better after I've compressed the signal. So let's get into some EQ moves.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah. I don't know. If it's love. Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah. I don't know. If it's love. Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah. I don't know. If it's love. Looking to the sky. I don't know. If it's love. Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah. I don't know. If it's love. Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid.
Cool. I like the way that sounds. Let's go before and after. So I'm going to bypass everything we did with the VMR, and then we'll bring it back in. Let's see what the change is.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah.
All right, let's hear it with everything.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, is pain is still vivid. Oh yeah. I don't know.
Perfect. I really like how the vocal just got a little bit more excitement, a little bit more energy. Before we continue, I want to get these breaths dealt with. So I'm going to use a tool from Isotope called, let's see, Breath Control. And I like to use, it's a preset that's already built in. It's called Medium Breath Suppression, and what this plugin does is instead of completely cutting out the vocals, it just goes and turns them down a little bit so the vocal still sounds natural without without cutting out all the vocal, without cutting out the breaths, and without having the breaths so present. And so let's see what that does for our vocal.
I don't know, if it's love.
Yeah, much better, much smoother. So before we continue and kind of finish out this vocal, I want to load in Instant Mix. Let's go ahead and get Instant Mix loaded in, and then we're going to check our balance between our beat and our vocal. So let me activate Instant Mix and hear what we have.
I don't know,
Ooh, it's already sounding fire. Let's hear it.
looking to the sky and pray that he fits it. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, it's pain is still vivid. Oh yeah, I don't know, if it's love. On the other side, it's pain is still vivid. Oh yeah.
You can see the beat and the vocals are almost peaking at the exact same spot, but I really want you to look at kind of the green, or more of the average, where the bulk of the energy sits for these two signals, and they're going to be in the same ballpark. And that's a great way to determine if your beat and your vocals are in check. You definitely want to make the final decision with your ears, but if you want to see visually, just look at where the meat of the meters are sitting, where it's doing the most activity, where it's kind of staying consistent, and it's going to be in the same place for both channels. So watch this.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits it. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, it's pain is still vivid. Oh yeah.
You see how they're both right in that -20 range, which tells us two things. One, we have a lot of headroom. We could really add some more volume to this track without too much problem. And two, our vocal and our beat are pretty well balanced. They're sitting in a good place. So let's go back and finish up the vocal with some saturation and a little bit more compression, and see if we can add some cool effects as well. So let's get to this VMR, and I'm going to grab a black box.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits it. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, it's pain is still vivid. Oh yeah. Looking to the sky and pray that he fits it. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, it's pain is still vivid. Oh yeah.
Cool. I like the way that sounds. I'm gonna add an RVox just to kind of smooth everything over, and from there, I think, like I said, we'll add maybe one more effect to the vocal to give it some presence and some space. With the RVox, we only want to get maybe 1 or 2 dB of gain reduction, so we're barely going to see the gain reduction meter move right here where my mouse is. So watch as we bring the comp down.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits it. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, it's pain is still vivid. Oh yeah, I don't know. Looking to the sky and pray that he fits it. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant.
And if you'll notice, I added just a tiny bit of gain there, just because I felt like the beat and the vocal, it had a little bit more space. We could add a little bit more. You know, you can always be a little flexible, give or take a little bit of volume to suit the song better. Yo, and it's really that simple. If you want to mix incredible trap soul vocals every time, just follow this guy, man. If you need a little bit more help, you're still struggling to get your vocals to sit in the mix, drop me a line below, man. My name is Vivi, and I'm here for you. Remember, stay humble and make diamonds only. Peace.
Looking to the sky and pray that he fits it. Niggas switching up, I'm socially distant. On the other side, it's pain is still vivid. Oh yeah.